So as we begin right now, everyone, let's join me with a warm welcome to welcome our moderator, Mr. Cheng Yan-chee, Managing Director of the MPFA. Let's put our hands together and welcome him on stage. And also our panelists are Mr. Clement Cheung, CEO of IA, Ms. Michelle Wei, Director of Public Policy, Greater China of Meta, Ms. Haohao, Head of Tencent International Financial Public Affairs, and also Mr. Michael Yu, Managing Director and General Manager of Google Hong Kong. Everyone, please make yourself comfortable. Everyone, please be seated. Everyone's so polite, and I'll hand the time over to our moderator. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's very good, actually. I'm looking forward to this opportunity a lot because I can ask the service provider a lot of questions, being moderator. Okay, but since Clement is with me in this panel, and he sort of represents all the financial regulators. I make you representative of the financial regulators. So as financial, because a lot of questions I would like to ask as financial regulator, but since I'm the regulator, so I have to give the opportunity to you. As the representative of financial regulators, I told you a lot of, I conveyed to you a lot of those questions, so I hope you remember them. and can you share with us, actually, what sort of difficulties you encountered as a financial regulators in tackling this sort of increasing number of scams and frauds, which are adversely affecting our clients. Our basic role is to protect the interests of our clients, and given so many scams and frauds nowadays, so what sort of difficulties you encounter, or we encounter?
Okay, first of all, to the audience, YC cautioned me not to overrun. I have only 5 minutes, so I told everybody in the panel that as long as you separate me and him, so that only one of us be a panelist, we should be okay. So thank you, HMA. I think you've done the right thing. Now, I wouldn't like to use the word difficulties, but I like the word Julia said, which is we are actually talking about changes. So it's for us to adapt to those changes and do what we could to make sure that we can follow closely with those changes. I don't believe we can beat the fraudsters, but I think we cannot afford to fall behind. So I would like to ask this question by recalling what I said last year with a police colleague on my left. Last year I said the insurance sector was not actually a area of heavy casualties, and that the cases that we record is relatively manageable. I can tell everybody that that's still true, but there are signs that this is not the entire truth. For example, just to look at the numbers, they are small, but they are increasing rapidly. In 2023, we have about 14 cases where we have various misinformation being posted on different kind of platforms. That figure more than doubled to 38 in 2024. And in the first half of this year, which we just did a stock take, is 26. So if we go on like that, this year we're going to more or less almost double again, which is something close to maybe 52 to 60. So the trend means that we are practically falling behind, but yet we are not immune. Now, but there are also other very interesting changes that we need to observe. First is that the cases that we recorded, they have a very interesting spread of jurisdictions. So most of the things that we see now on the platforms, they are not about Hong Kong. Some of them are about Hong Kong being posted in the mainland, some of the mainland issues being posted into Hong Kong, and in many other cases, they cover both. So it's beginning to become a cross-jurisdictional issue, which is not the case earlier. Second, cross-platforms. If you ask me which platform, you've got it right there. I just did a little bit of visual inspection. We've got same messages spread over the platform. It's logical because the cost is the same, why not? And then so you have cross-platform, you have cross-jurisdictions. Now, in terms of the what we call the modalities, if we use the word of legal terms, they begin to be very interesting as well. In the old days, it's more hardcore stuff, calling you to buy a phony policy, get the money. And that's not very productive. Now they begin to use different tactics. For example, they now are very much into the main trend, customer service, telling that you're going to be paying a huge amount for renewal premium if you don't do certain things by clicking onto a link. So they are now merging into a common trend that applies to other financial services sector. And then there are others that actually tells you something, not immediately asking you for things, but trying to use your data for other aspects. For example, they're trying to use the data with a view or use your bank account details to try to use the account as a receptacle for illegal proceeds. So they're not coining you money, but they're trying to coin your account. So these things are happening and these things are changing, but there are other things which didn't change. In law enforcement, we always say that they always play on three aspects: fear, greed, and not adequately informed. So they either threaten you by cutting your account, threaten you by charging you a huge sum, or they say, I'm going to give you 30% per annum return, or they're going to say it's something which you're not actually entirely aware. So this is something which didn't change. So I would conclude to say that for us, we try to do our best. For example, we used to use the old trick. Basically, we receive one case, we do a press release. We always do that. One day I start saying, there's no use doing it. Nobody's reading it. Yes. So we decided to do an alert list on our website so people would want to know they can have a community access rather than to just watch out for press release. And second, we start issuing our own articles in our newspapers and periodicals to make sure that we have thematic summary of trends or modalities rather than just issuing piecemeal cases. And of course, we have signed an MOU of the police last March so that we can have direct referral to the police. This is something that we have done over the past year. And I have to, again, echo what Julia and Eddie said. This is going to be an annual affair, at least. So I'm looking forward to the 4.0, 5.0, and the rest of it, because it's going to be like that. I think it's a battle that we can never win, but it's going to be a battle that will never stop.
You are a bit pessimistic. We will win this battle. Anyway, you haven't represented me. You haven't told the difficulties I encounter. And never mind, I will tell mine later. Anyway, second question to you. Given this 3.0 version, I think it's very good because it's expanded to cover technology companies and also telecom company, which to me are the source of various sorts of sins. Possible crimes, we must tackle the source through the technology companies and also the telecommunication company. As Eddie said, he received daily call or hourly call. I believe all of us do, but only we didn't pick up actually for most of the time. So my second question to you, with this new 3.0 charter, what would you expect to have collaborative activities, collaboration with the tech company, the telecom company, to further protect or enhance the protection of our members, of the public?
Well, to save some time for you to talk about MPFA, I have to be short. Now, I think I've answered that in the first part of the question, and I will refer to the things that I said. For example, collaboration, you can address cross-platform, cross-jurisdictional issues. For example, if we start doing our PR only on our own and not to do it in Haohao and the rest, that they will be exploited because they're going to post some kind of message to exploit the mainland resident. That's something's happening in Hong Kong, which in fact is not true. So the charter will allow us to do that. Secondly, remember what I said, it's going to be cross-platform, so they are not going to do it in one platform. I said earlier that the old trick is the best trick. So, calling people, just old people staying alone at home through telephone call is the most effective. So the charter will allow us to do cross-platform, cross-communication mode kind of collaboration. I think this is very important because if we don't do it, the fraudster will. So I think that's also useful. But I need to emphasize with the 6 principles, the one that I really feel most committed is about public education. Because after all, the public is always the first line of defense. I think I can speak with all regulators because the public is always the first one who needs empowerment, because if they know what to believe and they know what the question to ask, that is something which can be 100 more times more effective. So I feel very, very, very happy that we have this charter. I think the charter is in the right direction, and I think we should all dive 45 degrees into this.
Thank you very much. I think I totally agree. Education is very important, but I believe the best thing is not just asking the right question, but to stop picking up the calls and skipping the screens. I mean, whenever you think that it is fishy, so never go into it. Let's go to the tech companies, the service providers. I would like to ask you a lot of questions. I would like you to brief us. What is the latest trend of these scams and frauds on your platform? Michael first.
All right. First of all, just a huge thank you to everyone for the invitation to participate in Charter 3.0. It's really a whole of society initiative to be able to tackle and combat scams and online fraud. Now, this continues to be an evolving situation, as many of you know, and is increasingly becoming more global and more sophisticated, multi-jurisdictional as well. And according to the Anti-Scam Alliance, last year there was already $1 trillion of impact already, and unfortunately here in APAC, representing 2/3 of that loss. And so it's going to be a continued effort that we'll have to keep working on and continue to fight with new technologies as well. Now, at Google, we put out our anti-scam bulletin actually very often. And so in the latest publication, we shared with users around the world, including here in Hong Kong, things like fraudulent websites, messaging, social messaging as well. All of these, I think we know near and dear to us every single day in terms of how we operate. But these are the things that absolutely we need to be very aware of as well. And then just some small things in terms of how we are continuing to combat this. So let's say here in Hong Kong, we also have our Google Play Protect, which we've been piloting for the last several months here in Hong Kong. And I think it's amazing to see that we've already been able to protect 180,000 devices here in Hong Kong with restricting and blocking 640,000 app installations as well. And so many of these sometimes are side-loading, coming through messaging and things like this. And so this is a very important initiative for us here in Hong Kong to continue to build on that success as well. And so I think these are some of the things. It's completely a whole of society approach, and it's really wonderful to be able to see all of us come together to combat this.
Thank you, Michael. Let's move on to Michelle. What do you notice to be the latest trend of these frauds and scams on your platform? And also what sort of initiatives you are now taking to tackle this?
So I think I just want to answer your question. How can you stop getting calls? Actually, on WhatsApp, you can go to privacy. You can choose to silence unknown callers. So you don't need to take the calls from somebody you do not know. So I think the trend Clement has covered very well. I think it's across countries and across platforms. And also, it's not individual scammers, right? If you operate across countries, normally, oftentimes, there are, we call it a criminal scam syndicates behind the scene. So they are very resourceful. So, and they are very smart. I think you just mentioned, their tactics continues to evolve. They even use AI, deepfake to impersonate, celebrity and public figures. I think the trend we have seen is, and also they combine online with offline. So once they attract you online, they direct you offline. So it's hard for the platforms to track. So I think this kind of, whenever they evolve their are some similar types you can, observe. I think for us at Meta, we appreciate, Michael just mentioned is cross-society efforts, right? So at Meta, we have a number of measures to tackle scams. We do it from two angles. One is defense, we call it defense, and another is offense. Offense means we proactively, disrupt the threat actors as they emerge. Defense means we build tools to make sure our users are not being abused. And also the bad acts will not resurface. And we have kind of three strategies. One is build our platform of defenses and empower our users. I think Clement also mentioned empower your users. Give you one example. If someone you do not know on WhatsApp, because WhatsApp is widely used in Hong Kong. So if somebody you do not know message you, we give you a reminder, right? We tell you, it's not a contact. You don't have common groups. And we give you options. Either you can block them or you add them. It's up to you. And also, we disrupt bad actors. Last year, actually, we have removed more than 157 million ads across Facebook and Instagram globally. And among 90% of them are proactive removal. That means we removed before even you report. And last but not least, right, across society collaboration. The same as Google, we are foundation members of a global, we call it Global Anti-Scam Alliance, GASA, which is leading global organizations, not-for-profit. So we tackle the scams globally together. And also regionally in Hong Kong, we have regularly engaged with all the four regulators and Hong Kong police. So we have a special channel with Hong Kong police. We take down, the ads upon the request of Hong Kong police. And also last month, we launched 3 videos, which is about investment scam and romance scam. And we have reached more than 105 million users online. So we have to do everything we can to tackle the scams.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. But there is recently something bothering me because I keep on receiving this sort of ads, telling you that, do you want to take out your MPF? It's totally legal, no hassle, okay? And it's not just this, there's another one, okay? I mean, the funny thing is that this sort of ad keep on popping up on my phone. Obviously because of your algorithm that, I've been watching this, so you keep on pushing this to me. So, and then we reported that, but it seems to me that there is some time. I mean, they have been there for some time. I don't know what sort of the mechanism you deploy in checking the authenticity of this sort of advertisement, and also what sort of action you will take to remove this, to me, apparently are fishy advertisement. So we'd like to hear that.
Yeah, I think when you place an ad, you have to follow our policies. We have community standards, which outlines what you can do and cannot do on our platforms. In addition to that, if you are placing an advertisement, we have advertising standards for you to follow up. So we screen, what advertise you can put on our platform. As you said, once you put on our platform, we will have a review process which automated plus manual, right? If we find any violated content, we'll take it down. As a user, as you mentioned, if you receive that and you think it's suspicious, right? We have in-app reporting channel for you to report. Once you report to us, we'll investigate. If it's really in violate our policy, we'll take it down.
Good. It seems that they are not fake, because otherwise they would not have been there for so long. So apparently you need some time to check, I think. Maybe in the case of Google, Michael, you want to share with us what you are doing?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think Google, we take a very a proactive approach on this, right? And so I like to summarize that with verification, technology, and aggressive enforcement. So on the verification side, I think similarly to Meta, we have our foundational advertiser verification process. It's multi-layered, but also risk-based approach. So if there's more sensitive areas, there's more aggressive checking as well. And we continue to evolve and update our policies as well. So when you think about limit our ad serving capabilities. So until you are verified, we will actually hold and restrict your ability to advertise so that you can't go and spread very quickly. Or we've updated even our impersonation things as well. So that's, I think, from a foundational verification perspective. From a technology standpoint, we continue to deploy our latest AI models to combat this as well. So in the last year alone, we've implemented and updated 50 LLMs into our algorithms to be able to proactively detect and take down as well. So an example of this, deepfakes, right? Deepfakes are highly prevalent now, very easy to create. We updated that model, and very quickly, we had over 700,000 takedowns and a 90% reduction in this type of activity on our platform. And that's going to be very important for what we do here in Hong Kong as well. And then finally, aggressive enforcement. And so, our global numbers will dictate this. We had 5 billion ads taken down, over 9 billion ads restricted, and 39 million advertiser accounts taken down and removed as well. And these numbers continue to get larger every single year, because as you know, this continues to be an evolving landscape with even more sophisticated tools. And so I can guarantee you at the end of this year, we'll provide even more updates in terms of how we're leveraging some of our technologies to combat this problem.
Excellent, Michael. Good news to hear. The Chief Executive of IA just reminded me I haven't asked Haohao to make comments, and incidentally, I also noticed that Haohao has been staring at me for quite some time. So my question is now for you, Haohao, is that we noticed that the scammers are increasingly exploiting instant messaging platforms to set up to various scams. So on this front, what are the common modus operandi they would use, they would deploy, which you observed, and what are the things which the public can do to protect themselves?
Thank you so much. It's a very practical question. I keep quiet is because I learned quite a lot from our peers and also the regulators to understand the current trend. So speaking of the scam tab in recent years, actually, it has not just happened on one platform. So it is a matter faces all digital platforms, internet servers, and also it is a problem that the society a whole facing together. So currently, based on our observation, we saw there are different types of scams, like love scams, romance scams, debt scams, the fraudulent investment schemes, and also impersonation scams. It's used different formats. The only things that scammers wanted to catch your attention and have the common sense understandings for you, and then you feel he or she can be trusted. For example, like impersonation scams, the scammers always to pretend that they are the customer staffs, they are the senior officers from the company, they are someone you can be trusted, and then they deceive you to do the transactions, and even wanted to get to personal information without that you can notice and aware he is not the one you are talking to. So I think there are several things that we can help the users to getting protected. The first thing is that you need to build a robust verification process. Whenever you do with the financial transactions or you wanted to share your personal information, think twice. And secondly is that do not just trust your eyes. When you wanted to identify, know who you are, who they are, do not just see their profile photos, do not just see what their name is appear on the screen. So better to independently confirm through your own channels again. And last thing is that the passwords. So strong passwords, security protocol is important. So just not use the simple words to try to use complicated, sophisticated password. And that's easier to get protection. And there are also other means to help you. It's like whenever you don't know the website, whether you're not familiar with, it's a strange website, if they want you to download some files you do not have any sense or ideas about, do not click it. And also, when you use the social media like WeChat, we always has a function feature by default is require your friend request. So it's more like you can never talk to a stranger. So whenever you use the WeChat, actually we forbid strangers to talk to you directly. So also like what Michelle was mentioning about WhatsApp, right? You can click the button, make it on, and actually all your contacts contact you. So you need to know who you are talking with, and you need to familiar with whom you are talking to. So, and also I think for those application, download it from its official website instead of unknown channels.
Good, excellent. You have apparently a lot of advice for the public. How can the public, for example, if they suspect something fishy, a possible scam or frauds, how can they report the matter to you? And after they report, what you are going to do with it? I mean, how do you remove it, or what sort of action you are going to take?
Oh, thank you. It's a very, very practical question. So whenever we build up our WeChat, actually we have a streamlined reporting mechanism for our users. So actually the users can report to the users if they discover the users publishing some illicit content or improper content. So they can directly use in-app reporting function to directly report what other users are doing. So actually, when the reporters can tell them that what category this scam is, and they can directly link into our backstage. So we will navigate what exactly it is. We will have a security team to promptly respond and communicate through our official channel, that is the WeChat team. So we will navigate what is the status currently, what the matter exactly is, and also we will make the decision whether it is a scam or fraud or related, which is not applicable to the law or the terms and policies. So I think one of the reminders that can help the users is that we seldomly, proactively, directly reach to the users. Instead, when users find something that is illicit, improper, they will report to us. So it's easy to help the users navigate. If someday WeChat team or WeChat call you A, B, C, and D, it is not what we do. So we're more rely on the reporting mechanism. So that is one of the reminder. And when our security team notice, actually it is a scam or fraud. So we have several methodologies to terminate or restrict account or restrict functions, and even collaborating with the authorities by applicable law.
Thank you very much. I'm conscious of the running out of time, but still, I have to compensate for what you have missed out. So I give you the last question.
Thank you.
I understand that WeChat has done a lot in the past about teaching the public their awareness over this sort of fraud and scams. Can you elaborate a bit on this?
During the past few years, we did really a lot, collaborating with our peers and also cooperate with regulators. During the past few years, especially last year, when the new scams are coming to being, so we set up a working team to solve and understand analysis of scam functions, and also collaborating together with the regulators to sound the alert to the public. And also, there is one of the initiatives we did is register SMS, sender ID, so it's help the users to navigate whether it is official information or it's other channels information. And also I still remember last December we joined the police force organized the anti-scam carnival together with other stakeholders. So I think it's a joint effort, and also WeChat will continue to do this anti-scam initiatives together with relevant stakeholders to combat the crime.
Good. Excellent. Thanks a lot. I think you keep on blinking. So I have to end this session. Thank you very much. And with all the, are you going to show something?
I just have one thing I would like to take the opportunity to mention about the raised awareness. So this is one of the mini program that we launched. It's called Mini Program Education Platform. So during the past several days, we have competition. So this competition is joined by the students from more than 100 schools in Hong Kong, from grade 1 to grade 12. One of the group actually designed using mini program, AI tools, coding tools, they design a mini program. It is still initial stage, it's a little bit raw, but it is about anti-scam mini program. It's done by a student. And we can see that it is not only a mini program, but it's combined official scam cases that can help the community understand more what it is about. So it is, I think it's a good case to show the awareness. And we can see that when the students can do this, they can influence more people. And with joint effort, I think this can help Hong Kong to be a more safer place and home for us.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And I believe with the collaboration efforts, initiatives of the tech companies, I believe we can win this battle. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much to our panelists and all of our moderator, of course. Can I have everyone take a baby step forward just for a group photo before I let you take your seats? Thank you very much, Mr. Cheng and all of our panelists. Thank you, Mr. Cheung. Thank you, Ms. Sui. Thank you, Ms. Xu. And thank you, Mr. Yu. I wish we had more time for this. Great discussion as always. And of course, if you want to connect with some of our speakers, try to grab them before they're gone for today. And the main takeaway that I just heard from all of this is, just do a few more in the front here. Oh, all right. And everyone in the front, please stay down for our media friends at the back to take their shots. Thank you. All right, let's give them a big round of applause again. Thank you very much. Everyone, please be seated.